Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.
El día de hoy para Rutas Alternas nos conectamos hasta Austin, Texas para platicar con The Cuckoos, quienes están lanzando el EP Honeymoon Phases, el más reciente material de este proyecto estadounidense. Hola, ¿cómo están?
We're doing really good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Great. I'm glad to can talk with you because I love the music of the Cuckoos, especially this album. It's been a very weird 2020, not only for the humankind, but for you as a musicians, right? With the two albums.
It's been strange. Been real weird.
You in January you released the album I Hate Love, and now you have released the EP Honeymoon Phases. You been in love over these months, or what happened with the band?
I think it's been more of a reflection on kind of our like post high school relationships. Once you start getting into those serious ones, I think this was kind of our reflection on that. And yeah, we put out I Hate Love in January and things were going great. People were digging the record. We had a lot of shows and stuff planned and it all got put on hold because the virus, but we were real lucky to have Honeymoon Phases kind of in our back pocket ready to go. So we've been able to just put out singles and keep the buzz going throughout the quarantine. So it's been really kind of a blessing that we had that second EP already recorded and ready to go.
We weren't planning on holding on to it forever.
Yeah.
It's important for a band to have these creative moments during these weird times because in a lockdown, we can have a lot of issues, a lot of problems. But for a musician, it's an opportunity to create more music, to create more songs.
Yeah, totally. And also we've been spending so much time just with the absence of live shows. It's kind of like this digital medium is what we've got right now to reach people. So we've been spending a lot of time kind of learning about and just a lot of drum machines and MIDI controllers and live stream video and stream, like all of that stuff. We've been kind of trying to like learn a lot more about stuff that maybe we've been neglecting in the past when we're just like, oh, we're going to go play a live show. But being forced to be at home, I feel like it's kind of forced us to reinforce some of the aspects that we've been neglecting in terms of the digital format with stuff. So not only do we get to sit home and write stuff, but also like, hey, let's make our live stream look cool. Let's like make some cool music videos for people while they're stuck at home. So we've been working on a lot of that kind of stuff too. And I think now we're kind of we're itching to write some new tunes right now.
So the songs in Honeymoon Phases were written during the lockdown or were part of the process of the album I Hate Love?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a more of a continuation of I Hate Love. We before the whole lockdown and quarantine, we had all of this stuff finished. So it would be nice to say that, oh yeah, we wrote this whole record in quarantine in like a week. No, we didn't. We just kind of had it ready. But it was, I feel like it's a little more, there's still some kind of dark rock and roll psychedelic songs on there, but I feel like just the overall vibe is a little more positive and a little more uplifting. It kind of has a bittersweet quality in my mind. And I feel like it was just maybe during the world pandemic, it's not the best time to release like the really dark, creepy stuff. So I think it was a little more fitting to have Honeymoon Phases when we did.
I found in the album these up downs of emotions of love, but also a lot of melancholy, right? The honeymoon can be a great moment, but when you pass, you have a lot of melancholy about it.
Yeah, totally. that's why we called it Honeymoon Phases, because there's multiple people. There's always a start and an end to those kind of romance moments right at the beginning where everything feels great, and it usually ends up going away at some point.
Yes, everything has a date of ending, right?
Yeah.
It's important to know that because we can enjoy the process, not only the goals, not only the finish line.
Yeah, totally. And then you look back and it's kind of like, yeah, maybe there was some bad times, but it's good to look back and think about all the good. And you can't whenever someone makes you feel real special and you have a connection and there's all those good times, it's real easy to forget all of it. And when it goes sour, just remember the bad. But I think it's real important to like, I think relationships and I think they're learning experiences for people. And you gotta kind of, at least with me, whenever I've ended a relationship or been broken up with, I feel like you got to kind of take a step back and you're like, hey, I used to like love this person. Maybe I shouldn't be all negative towards them.
Hey, I used to listen to Metallica back in high school.
Yeah. What's love?
So guys, how difficult it's for a city like Austin, this lockdown, this pandemic crisis, because Austin, it's the world capital of live music, right? It's the name of the city. It has a great vibe, a lot of venues. What happened during these months?
Yeah, what happened there?
Gosh, venues are just trying to self-promote now.
Trying to survive.
Just trying to stay open.
It's been, I feel like the city and its live music scene was already kind of struggling before the whole quarantine because of more people moving here and they want to build apartments instead of music venues. And sometimes the priorities get a little bit shifted. And yeah, I just feel like for a city that calls itself the live music capital of the world, that we might have dropped the ball quite a bit with this whole quarantine. And it's sad to say that I think the majority of the venues in town probably won't make it through this. And I know just recently, like a week or so ago, that some of the venues got some grants and got some a little saving money to keep them afloat for a while.
There's just a lot of them.
Yeah, it's just we have a lot of venues, and I think I just wish the city would have a little more kind of been like, yo, we need to save our venues, because I feel like there's a lot of really classic places that have brought a ton of revenue and tourists to this city, and like Austin really would not be what it is without its live music and its shows. And I feel like we haven't really we're not doing that great a job to try to save it right now, and I wish we were doing a little better. But I think the musicians and a lot of the venue owners are really trying to do everything they can to kind of keep everything together. And I think within the community itself, there are a lot of good people and good musicians trying to save the day. So we'll see what happens. But I feel it is looking a little dark for the live music capital of the world right now. And I really hope that if there's anything that the Cuckoos can do to kind of try and help that out, we're definitely going to jump on it. But there's just so much uncertainty right now. And it's just not nobody has the answers. Nobody knows what to do.
Yes, it's difficult times for everybody, more for the music industry, the entertainment industry all over the world. But I'm pretty sure that we will find a way, and we will reconnect again with the music scene, with the live shows. I don't know, it will be a process, but we can figure out.
Yeah, I think there's always people want live shows, and they want that energy in the music, and I think we'll get back there eventually. I think it's great. People are doing little private kind of small shows that are safe distance and drive-in theaters. As long as people are doing those things and kind of putting people's safety first, I think it's a great idea to give us a little buzz here and there. But for the most part, you can't replace the energy and the feeling of being at a live music concert. So I think the desire and the people, whenever this is all over, people are going to want live music more than ever. So I feel like we will have our day where it'll come back.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And in the meantime, you had an streaming for the launch of the EP, and you do it in Twitch. How was your experience in that platform and doing this streaming?
Streaming's been good so far. We've been kind of with we don't always have the whole band here, obviously, with the quarantine and stuff. Sometimes it's just me and Dave. Sometimes we get more of the guys to come in. But like I was talking about earlier, just kind of coming up with interesting ways of me and Dave, you know, we can sit with a piano and an acoustic guitar and play these songs, and it's a different experience. And I think it gives people a little bit more of an intimate feeling being at home. I feel personally that whenever we try to do a live show recreation through a little screen like this, that it doesn't come across as what. Sometimes it's better to have a more intimate kind of personal thing that you couldn't get at a live show, where maybe there is an artist that you really like and you've never gotten the chance to just see him sit down and play the acoustic guitar. So I feel like it opens new opportunities to do different things. And as far as live streaming goes, we might start doing like a regular weekly kind of show thing for people or something like that. But I don't know. We've got a lot of ideas with content and what we're going to do. We've got one more song coming out this year. We're about to put a song out on the 14th of October, 13th, 14th, something like that. And we're going to film a music video for that today. And once we get that done, it's kind of like, okay, how do we entertain our fans from the digital world? So I'm sure there'll be plenty of live streaming, and Dave sets up in his room and makes little funky beats and stuff. So I think it'll be like peeking behind the Cuckoos curtain a little bit and getting to see kind of what we do behind the scenes. And yeah.
Yes, it's a great opportunity to can have these special events, these special streamings, and maybe it can last when everything returns to normality. You can make a streaming from something very special for your fans to the people you haven't go to make a concert. The people still can see you in the streaming, maybe when the tour ends.
Yeah, totally, definitely. I think, like I was saying earlier, it's kind of we've done live streams before all this quarantine and stuff, but it's kind of an area we've neglected. And I think there's we're living in 2020, it's the digital age. So there's a lot of positives to that sort of stuff. And that is kind of one of the things with looking at this quarantine with the glass half full, is that, yeah, now we've got the time to kind of focus on this and make it worthwhile and doing something. So hopefully, ideally, we'll be doing the live streams and live shows whenever the time comes.
And hopefully you can come to Mexico to play the album and the EP in 2021, and not only in Mexico City, but in Guadalajara or Monterrey, other cities, right, in the country.
Yeah, we may just need to come live down there for a while and just play a bunch.
Okay. Okay. Well, congratulations for the EP. It's amazing. I love it. I also love the I Hate Love album. They are very different, but with a lot of vibe, with a great sound. Amazing, amazing, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Looking forward to see you here in Mexico. We can buy the album and the EP on your website. Do you publish on physical formats?
Yes, we've got vinyl copies. We've got some I think we've got CDs of our first EP still. We didn't do CDs for I Hate Love, but as far as Honeymoon Phases, we didn't have any physical stuff yet. So I've been kind of trying to come up with different clever ways to get that out there for people. But we do have like records for I Hate Love. We've got a lot of t-shirts and sweaters, and like it's getting kind of cold outside now, so it's the right time. We've got some cuckoo goodies that are pretty fashionable, so go check those out for sure.
Okay, all of that are in your website. I hope you can publish in vinyl, Honeymoon Phases. I know that it's a little hard sometimes, but when you go to a record store, it's an amazing vibe, it's an amazing feel. But when you receive an album from another part of the world, it's I know magic to open it, to put it on the vinyl. It's also a great experience.
Yeah,
Good to know.
totally. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for this chat. I loved your set. It's amazing. The lights. I'm really, really glad so we can arrange this chat. Looking forward to see you here in Mexico next year.
Yeah, we can't wait. Thanks so much. It's nice talking to you.
It's amazing to have you guys. Thank you so much for this chat with Rutas Alternas.
Peace and love from the Cuckoos, everybody.
Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.